Community Living Algoma held its 24th annual Coats for Kids campaign on Saturday morning at their location on White Oak Drive. Brought to fruition by a member of CTV 24 years ago, this free campaign is just one of the ways CLA helps the community. Volunteers spent 6 weeks prior to this event collecting and quality checking over 800 coats that were donated to this year's cause. CLA also collects snow pants, boots, hats, and gloves for this initiative.
Well, our main priority is to put a coat on a child. That is our ultimate goal, to have that. Sometimes we do receive donations of adult coats, so we do offer some adult coats, but now over the last few years we've realized that some of the kids nowadays are actually in adults' coats. So what our preference is really to put a coat on a child or a youth.
For us, it helps us a great deal because we're raising 5 grandkids for
and they grow fast, and they're always just buying bigger clothes.
Yeah, every year they seem one size up, and then.
The Sault Ste. Marie YMCA held their second annual holiday bazaar on Sunday morning. All of the vendors were local, and items sold include handcrafted items, jewelry, and unique gifts. All proceeds raised go towards supporting the YMCA.
That's been really good.
So far it has. I think it's been better than last year, because last year obviously being their first year. But no, it's so far been a steady stream of people since we've opened the doors.
Oh, I've got some great vendors. We got some, right behind me here, I've got a lady who has painted her own paintings and cards. I've got original ornament vendors. I have some people that have knit stuff. I have a ragged rug dealer. I have a Tupperware dealer.
Absolutely wonderful, actually. There's a lot of people stopping by. A lot of people want to see what we have to offer. A lot of people taking business cards. They want to sit down at home with a cup of tea and browse the websites and that type of thing. So it's been really nice.
Ontario Premier Doug Ford is reportedly expected to shuffle his cabinet today. Several media reports say Ford will announce the changes later this morning. The news follows the abrupt resignation of Jim Wilson as Minister of Economic Development and Job Creation and Trade on Friday. Ford's office said Wilson was also resigning from the Progressive Conservative Caucus to seek treatment for addiction issues. Wilson stepped down hours after appearing with Ford at a border crossing near Sarnia, where they unveiled a sign advertising Ontario as open for business. The reported cabinet changes come just over 4 months after Ford led his party to victory in the spring provincial election. Police said Saturday 2 officers were hurt and 12 people charged after a rally to protest a controversial debate featuring former White House strategist Steve Bannon in Toronto. Toronto police spokesman Gary Long said the charges include trespassing, disorderly conduct, and assault of a police officer. He did not identify the accused or specify what each person had been charged with. Long said one officer was punched and another was hit with a stick during the protest, which delayed the start of the debate at Roy Thomson Hall by roughly half an hour. Chanting protesters gathered outside the downtown auditorium before the event, which saw Bannon and Conservative commentator David Frum debate the role of populism in politics as part of the Munk debates. Critics had called on organizers to cancel the event, accusing Bannon of being a white supremacist and arguing he should not be given a platform to share his views. The federal Liberals are set to enshrine into law a plan to lift more than 2 million people out of poverty. The government notified MPs before the weekend that it planned to introduce anti-poverty legislation as early as today that will set for the first time an official poverty line for the country. Poverty reduction targets already appear in the Liberals' latest budget implementation bill. The government strategy sets reduction targets of 20% from 2015 levels by 2020 and a 50% drop by 2030.